Ask Lori, a show designed to give a better perspective on relationships no matter what the circumstance may be. You can start, have, and keep unstoppable relationships. Lori Ann Davis can tell you how. Have questions? Need answers? Ask Lori.
Thank you for tuning in to the only station giving you double the information and inspiration. WDRB Media and WGIV, the soul of Charlotte. This is Ask Lori, and I am your host, Lori Ann Davis. Don't let love and passion get lost in your life. As your relationship specialist, I am here to share secrets with you every week, helping you create unstoppable relationships. I am absolutely passionate about motivating and teaching and coaching individuals who want to have the relationships they have always dreamed of. I bring to you 28 years experience with clients, as well as my own personal life experiences. So tune in every Thursday night at 8:30 for my secrets on how to find or renew love and passion just in time for the weekend. And do you have relationship questions? I hope that you do. Please email them to me through my website at lorianndavis.com. That's LORIANN Davis.com. And I'll use those for ideas for creating shows. You can also listen to my Ask Lori segment on the Profit and Growth Hour every Tuesday at 5 p.m., where Dr. Business and I will be answering all of your relationship questions. Today, we are going to be discussing connecting with your partner during the busy holiday season. And we would like to thank our sponsor, the Movement Mortgage, Chris Reshitar. He's known as the mortgage genius, and he really is. What makes him different is he listens and he puts his clients' needs above his own. He implements procedures that make sense and provides outstanding customer satisfaction, start to finish. If you are in the market for a home mortgage or refinancing, please call the Mortgage Genius because it really does matter who you choose. You can get in touch with Chris at 704-277-4463. That's 704-277-4463. Or you can go to his website, themortgagegenius.com. One more time, that's themortgagegenius.com. And today we are going to be discussing connecting with your partner during the busy holiday season. You know, the holidays can be a great time for families and for couples to spend time together and to bond with each other, creating memories. But the reality sometimes is that it can also cause added stress with all of the extra things we need to accomplish on top, right, of our already busy holiday schedules. Sometimes our expectations for the holidays can be unrealistic, and we may have beliefs about what the holidays should look like that cause us additional stress. You know, those dreaded shoulds. We get so busy trying to create that Hallmark commercial holiday that we end up not making time for the things that matter the most, including time with our significant others. So how do we manage the holidays while still feeling a strong connection with your partner? After all, the gift of your time and attention is the greatest gift you can give. So stay tuned, because when we come back, we will continue our discussion on connecting with your partner during the busy holiday season. You're listening to Ask Lori, and I'm your host, Lori Ann Davis. You're tuned in to WDRB Media and WGIV, the soul of Charlotte.
Want to be a rich girl? Then visit richgirlbusiness.com for business consultation, branding packages, and web packages to meet every budget. Richgirlbusiness.com is dedicated to helping women find their passion, build their business, and discover inspiration to fulfill their purpose. Contact Rich Girl Danielle Morel at 704-918-9217. Again, that's 704-918-9217. If you're struggling to find happiness in your relationship, if you would like to attract and keep your ideal partner, if you need extra support and guidance through a challenging situation, contact relationship specialist Lori Ann Davis at 704-999-1781. Her services include relationship counseling, marriage counseling, divorce assistance, life transitions, stress management, grief counseling, and workshops for couples and singles. Be sure to tune in to Lori every Tuesday at 10 a.m. during the Profit and Growth Hour on WGIV 103.3 FM. Call Lori at 704-999-1781 to schedule your free 20-minute consultation and receive 20% off 4 sessions. Be sure to visit www.lorianndavis.com.
If you or a loved one are unable to venture easily from your home due to injury, illness, or disability, Compassion Salon Services can provide you with a rejuvenating hair salon service in the privacy and comfort of your own home. Please call 704-774-2204 for more information or visit us on the web at compassionsalon.com. Compassion Salon Services for immobilized persons. We believe the enrichment of life lies through compassion for the soul. So call us at 704-774-2204. That's 704-774-2204 for your in-home salon services. Zippy Shell Mobile Self-Storage is the most convenient and affordable short and long-term storage solution in the Charlotte and surrounding areas. Call 704-323-4056. We are convenient. We deliver the storage containers to your door. You load it at your convenience. We pick it up and store it for you and return it when you are ready. Our facility is alarmed and climate controlled. Save time, save money, save everything with Zippy Shell. Call us at 704-323-4056. That's 704-323-4056. We are part of Premier Barter Exchange and are a family-owned and operated company.
Able offers unique and creative custom designs on any surface area at an affordable price. Able prides himself on providing masterful, high-quality artwork that is dedicated to the production of aesthetically pleasing and thought-provoking visual design. Call 704-449-1548 or email artbyable@gmail.com for all of your painting and airbrushing needs. Like us on Facebook too at www.facebook.com/artbyable.
Welcome back to WDRB Media and WGIV, the soul of Charlotte, and those streaming live through the free TuneIn radio app. You're listening to Ask Lori, and I'm your host, Lori Ann Davis. If you're just tuning in, we've been discussing connecting with your partner during the busy holiday season. And if for some reason you don't have a partner and you're frustrated because you're single, you're going to want to join my Successful Singles group on January 15th. We are having an open discussion about dating, relationships, and sex. You can go on my website at lorianndavis.com. That's LORIANN Davis.com. Look up Successful Singles and find out all the information. But for right now, joining us in the studio is Reverend Reggie Tuggle. He has a radio show called All About Parenting, which is fabulous. You can listen to him on Saturdays from 12 to 12:30. But today he is here joining me so that we can talk about connecting with your partner during the busy holiday season. Because we don't want your partner to get lost in all the hustle and bustle of the holidays, right?
Absolutely not. Absolutely. It's so critical that when, we often get engaged in family activities and in-laws and extended family members, cousins and nieces and aunts and cousins and whatever, we don't take the time to focus on our partner.
Which is the most important person in our lives.
They enhance the moment. They
do.
enhance the experience. They bring richness to the hour. And if you're going to make everyone else happy, why not also take the time to make your partner happy, your life partner happy? Very important.
It is very
The
important.
food will taste better.
It definitely will. Yes, everything's going to look better. So I think one of the ways we start that is by communicating with each other.
Yeah.
We need to communicate about what are our expectations from the holidays. What is the holiday going to look like? And even if you've been together for a long time, you still maybe have to talk about what is it going to be and who's going to play what role, right?
I'm so glad you said that, Laura, because communication is underrated. You cannot communicate too much. There's no such a thing as redundancy in communication. And I've noticed over the years as a pastor, I've noticed people who are married a long time, they begin to think that, well, they can read my body language or read my mind. Well, that may be somewhat true, but
Sometimes.
there's no substitute for articulating verbally
Yes.
what you want and maybe even why it's important to you,
Yes.
why you want it. So so couples, husbands and wives should take the time to deliberately, and I mean that on purpose, to intentionally articulate what they want in the holiday season, what they want from each other, and what they can expect to give
Yes.
to the other person.
Yeah. You know, I'm in a newer relationship, second time around, and we do not disagree very often. The only times we have little bumps kind of in the road are when we don't communicate enough
Yeah.
and we kind of make assumptions.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've learned that if I'm a little unhappy, I need to kind of look at what did I need to communicate better?
And I think you communicate best when you're not angry. You communicate
definitely.
best when you're not frustrated. I think you communicate best when there's just a plain, open discussion and a time that's not where you're not competing against the television or a ball game or a telephone call or a computer interruption,
Yes.
but to spend time maybe over a quiet meal or a walk, sitting on the deck or on the porch and just talking in general. And pretty soon, believe it or not, the topic of what's important to you or the other person will eventually
Yes.
come up.
It really does. It really does. And so also, besides communicating and having those same priorities and realistic expectations, also kind of looking at what are some small things you can do for your partner over the holidays. I don't think it's about big things.
No,
I think
it's not.
sometimes it's about little things you can do.
Over the holidays, my wife, she is very romantic, and she'll be happy to tell you that. One of the things she enjoys doing is being nice to me. Not that I don't deserve being nice, but every now and then she is extra nice to me. And so she drew a hot bath. Mm-hmm. And sometimes she'll join me in the bath or not, but on this particular occasion, she drew a hot bath with all the bubbly. She lit candles.
Oh, my ideal evening.
She
the
lit
beginning of it, at
candles,
least.
turned on the music. And then when she said, look, I'm going to leave you to yourself. And left the room. So I enjoyed quiet music.
Yes.
I enjoyed the candlelight, the ambiance was there for maybe 15, 20 minutes. And then she came in. Very alluring, very appropriate. And we had another level of communication, if you will.
Yes. You know, that's the bottom of my list is to make sure that you have fun.
Yeah.
And to make sure that you maintain intimacy during the holidays. We can get so busy doing things for the children, their
Yep.
schools, the church, the work, you know, all of the extra things, our extended family, that we forget about our partner. And I love to tell people that the best gift you can give someone is the gift of you.
Yeah.
That can be your time, your attention, but let's not forget the actual gift of you.
Yep.
Intimacy. And for men,
There's a play on words. Intimacy. How about this play on words? Into me, see. See into me. Or see into you.
yes, it
But-
means a lot more than we think it means.
Oh,
it means a
absolutely.
lot more than the physical connection. There's an emotional connection that physical intimacy bonds us together.
And I think what we are both trying to say is couples have to be intentional about the process of intimacy,
They do.
about the process of communication, and about the process of listening.
Yes.
Because believe it or not, all three, that is intimacy, listening, and communicating, They're all interrelated, and you cannot isolate any one aspect of it and say you got it made. You got to kind of bring it all together in one life, in one body, in one relationship.
Yes. So that could be one small thing you could do for your partner. Another thing that you can do, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and he was mentioning that his wife takes on most of the doing, getting ready for the holidays, and he realizes that. And so he said what he will do is basically say, what can I do to help you out? Do you need help cleaning the house before company comes? What are the other things that I can do to take some of the burden off of you? And I think that's a wonderful thing for him to realize and acknowledge. And you know what? She's going to be happier at the end of that evening. He might get more of that intimacy from that. He also mentioned to me that when they were going to plan an evening out, let's say they're going out to a party, a holiday party, he would make sure he arranged the babysitter, fed the children. So all she had to do was get dressed so she could feel relaxed and happy by the time they went out. And I think those little acts, those little small gestures, those little random acts of kindness, if you will, mean a lot to your partner.
And you do those random acts of kindness without having to be asked to do them.
Yes.
Because you want to do them. You
Yes.
want to please your mate. You want to become more intimately involved emotionally with your mate's needs. And so you voluntarily offer your services, your talent and your resources, your interests, if you will, in making your mate's life more enjoyable and happier. If you have a happy mate, you're going to have a happier life.
You do, because, I'm always talking to people and saying that the relationship really is the most important thing in your life because it affects every single other aspect of your life.
Absolutely.
If your relationship is not going well, you're not as happy at work. You're not as happy with your children. You're not as good of a parent, right? So your parenting skills aren't going to be
You're
as
not
good.
happy with yourself even.
You're not happy with yourself, all aspects of your life. So really it means a lot to put that time and attention into your partner so that you can have that great relationship. And the holidays, to me, is the perfect time to want to keep your partner at the forefront. But I know that I can get busy sometimes and then can get a little cranky even. I was writing a blog today for the holiday season, I said sometimes instead of looking like Santa, I could look like the Grinch when I feel overwhelmed momentarily. And then I have to get my brain in the right space, right? And I have to remember what's important. And I have to tone everything down a little bit. So,
Of course, what helps, what we get sidetracked by is all of the commercialization of the holidays.
We do.
Whether it be Thanksgiving or Christmas or 4th of July. And you see it on television, you see it on ads, you see it on billboards. And we begin to think that, that's what the holiday is about. And we fail to remember, well, that's true, but it's also about me experiencing those holidays with my mate, with my spouse.
I said something about in the blog that I was writing, and I think it's really important. We're not going to remember so much the gifts that we get. Matter of fact, we might not remember those at all from year to year, but we will remember the feeling of that holiday. So if you are creating special moments together, it's not so much about what's in those moments as the feeling of those moments. Your children will remember the feeling of Christmas, not the specific toy that they got. Your partner's going to remember the feeling that they felt important during the holidays.
I told my children, they're grown now, but I tell them all the time, create good memories.
Yes.
They will visit you later in life. And so when you have a partner, you want to create good memories that will visit you later in life. So long after the holiday is over, that gift, the gift of a pleasant memory, a pleasant moment, a pleasant time, will keep visiting you over and over and over again for the rest of your life.
And if you're relaxing, because it is busy and sometimes the holidays can be more stressful, there's more things to do on top of everything else you have to do. So spending that quiet time with your partner really helps you reduce that stress. It helps take all of that off. So your partner's getting the benefit of your time and your attention. Your relationship bond is getting stronger, but you're also reducing your stress level.
Right.
And so you then have more energy maybe the next day to check off all those things on your to-do list.
Exactly.
So there's absolutely nothing about that.
So put on your to-do list, do something special with your partner.
Or for your partner.
During the holiday season.
Yes, yes. And when you're thinking about gift giving to your partner, just very quickly, we can talk about people like different things. Sometimes we have a tendency to give the other person what we would like to receive, as opposed to really taking the time to find out what means the most to them.
Yeah.
It's not always a gift. And I'm the perfect example of that. if you have thought of something I really need or I really want, last Christmas I got a new laptop. I really needed a laptop for my business. I look at that gift, and every time I use it, I think of my partner, and it's great. So sometimes gifts are really good. But for me, I would prefer your time, your attention.
Exactly.
And so before we go out and we spend a lot of money on our partner, or we're buying them a vacuum that they don't want, or really looking at what means something to them and what would be the best gift you can give them. It doesn't always have to be commercial, right?
Not at all. My wife and I, we often, every way, ask, what would you like for Christmas? And each of us spend a little time talking about what the other wants for Christmas. And so it's not going to be a surprise what the person gets for Christmas. But it's not so much the gift per se, but it's, as old saying, it's the giver's heart in giving it. So we exchange the gifts, to be sure, but it's what goes on behind the gift, the emotion, the time, the heart, the spirit, the love that goes with it.
Definitely. That's definitely what makes. So just to wrap it up, we kind of have talked a little bit about keeping your partner at the top of your priority list. Right? Making sure that your communication is strong and open, and that it's making it a priority to discuss the expectations, the plans for the holidays.
You've got to be intentional.
You've got to be intentional, or it doesn't happen, or it doesn't happen the right way. Keeping your relationship a priority and doing small things for your partner to let them know they're at the top of your list this day and every day. Making the gifts that you give intentional, something that they really want. And keeping that fun alive, right? And the intimacy.
Got to keep fun, and you got to keep humor in it, but you have to have fun in doing it with your partner.
Yes. So we're going to do that. We're going to have a fabulous relationship where you're going to create those memories, because that really is what it's all about. Thank you so much for being here with me today, Reverend Tuggle.
Well, thank you for inviting me, Laura.
And have a great day and a great holiday with your family.
Thank you so much, and you and yours.
Thank you. And so stay tuned, because after the break, we will continue our discussion on connecting with your partner during the busy holiday season. You're listening to Ask Lori, and I'm your host, Lori Ann Davis. You're tuned in to WDRB Media and WGIV, the soul of Charlotte.
How many times have you told yourself, I'll start next week, I'll start next month, I'll start next year? Improve your life one rep at a time. Now is the time to jumpstart your exercise and nutritional program you've always wanted to achieve. Exercise Times is here to help motivate, educate, and hold you accountable. Join our Exercise Times Jumpstart Bootcamp if you're interested in weight loss, toning, firming, and enhancing your performance. Exercise Times will give you the tools necessary to achieve the results that you have been looking for. For more information, call 704-701-2914. That's 704-701-2914. Improve your life, one rep at a time.
Attention Charlotte and surrounding areas. Do you have an interest in radio or TV? Are you looking to build a career in media? If so, we are looking to fill open positions we currently have available. Qualifications include general knowledge of radio and TV, great attitude, a willingness to learn. You must have a high school diploma. There's little to no experience is necessary. This is a part-time position with full-time plus pay. To apply, you must call 877-342-7770. Again, that's 877-342-7770. We are looking to fill these positions as soon as possible. Are you ready for lights, camera, action? Let's find out. 877-342-7770.
Hey family, it's time to go get your blessing. This is Dr. Business, host of the Profit and Growth Hour and author of the anticipated newly released book entitled Birthing the Greatness Within. I'm sharing with you the keys to unlocking the greatness inside of you and how to birth it out so that your purpose can come to pass. For more information, go to www.drbusiness.com. drbizzness.com. That's drbizzness.com. If you'd like to know more about me, here's what others are saying.
I know and I trust that with Dr. Biz and them, that my business is going to grow. Profit and growth is exactly what Salon Encore needs to take me to the next level.
My name is Mike Jones. I'm from Legacy Limousine as well. And I just want to say with Dr. Business, you ever heard the saying that God puts you where you need to be? Well, that's where we need to be with Dr. Business.
So go get your blessing by visiting www.drbizzness.com and order your copy today.
Zippy Shell Mobile Self-Storage is the most convenient and affordable short and long-term storage solution in the Charlotte and surrounding areas. Call 704-323-4056. We are convenient. We deliver the storage containers to your door. You load it at your convenience. We pick it up and store it for you and return it when you are ready. Our facility is alarmed and climate controlled. Save time, save money, save everything with Zippy Shell. Call us at 704-323-4056. That's 704-323-4056. We are part of Premier Barter Exchange and are a family-owned and operated company. If you or a loved one are unable to venture easily from your home due to injury, illness, or disability, Compassion Salon Services can provide you with a rejuvenating hair salon service in the privacy and comfort of your own home. Please call 704-774-2204 for more information or visit us on the web at compassionsalon.com. Compassion Salon Services for immobilized persons. We believe the enrichment of life lies through compassion for the soul. So call us at 704-774-2204. That's 704-774-2204 for your in-home salon services. Welcome back to WDRB Media and WGIV, the soul of Charlotte, and those streaming live through the free TuneIn radio app. You're listening to Ask Lori, and I'm your host, Lori Ann Davis. If you're just tuning in, we've been discussing connecting with your partner during the busy holiday season. If you're struggling to find happiness in your relationship, or maybe you'd like to attract and keep that ideal partner, I would love to help you. For more information, please check out my website, LoriAnnDavis.com. That's LORIANN Davis.com, where you can read my blogs, you can find out what events I have coming up, you can follow me on social media, or maybe schedule a free strategy session with me. I'm here to help you create the relationship you have always wanted and deserve. We have been discussing connecting with your partner during the busy holiday season. It's important not to let your expectations of that perfect holiday and all the stress that goes with that overshadow your time with your partner. They can get lost in the busy holiday hustle and bustle. When you think about it, what's the real meaning of the holidays? Showing those we love how much we love and appreciate them is so important. When it comes to our significant others, don't let them get lost in the holiday madness. Take time to make them a priority. Remember, the greatest gift you can give is the gift of yourself. So set aside some time with your partner and give them your undivided attention. Maybe offer to do something that they really enjoy, or start a new holiday tradition for just the two of you. It doesn't have to cost money or even take a lot of time. Even if you just set aside 10 or 15 minutes every day to check in with each other, that would be a great start. Then add some quality time together as often as you can. And remember, keep the physical intimacy alive during the holidays. You don't want to lose that love and passion. This is a great way to show your partner how much they mean to you while decreasing your stress at the same time. Remember, sex is an excellent stress reducer. So I hope we have given you some ideas about how to keep your partner a priority during the holidays while adding more love and passion to your life at the same time. Please join us next week when we will reveal more secrets to finding, keeping, and renewing love and passion, not only for the weekend, but for every day. We would like to thank our guests. And thank you everyone for tuning in. And please continue to tune in every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. for my secrets on how to have more love and passion in your life. Remember, you can always contact me via my website at LoriAnnDavis.com. That's LoriAnnDavis.com. And also be sure to listen to my Ask Lori segment on the Profit and Growth Hour every Tuesday at 5 p.m., where Dr. Business and I will be answering all of your relationship questions. I'm Lori Ann Davis, and you're listening to Ask Lori on WDRB Media and WGIV, the soul of Charlotte. Have a great weekend.
Ask Lori, a show designed to give a better perspective on relationships no matter what the circumstance may be. You can start, have, and keep unstoppable relationships. Lori Ann Davis can tell you how. Have questions? Need answers? Ask Lori.